Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and today I wanted to share a story with you guys about why no one likes to share their food with me or their drinks, unfortunately. Right? So I think this started off when I was younger, and I was raised as a, well, I wouldn't say raised, I grew up as, I think my mom tried to do a good job about, raising me with the right etiquette, but I grew up, regardless, being a extremely fast eater and a gulper. I gulp my drinks. I'm not, I don't mess with any of that weak sipping, nibbling stuff, right? So, that's not me. And, I really hated it when my older sister or, any of my family members, whenever we get like food from somewhere, and then I will eat my food off fast, and then like they'll tell me, or she'll tell me like, hey, like, why are you trying to eat so fast, like, stop trying to like steal all of the main food, or don't worry, you're not going to take yours, or something silly like that. And it would kind of bug me, but I was like, all right, whatever, this is and then it bugged me because in my head I knew that that was wrong. I was like, no, like, that's not my intention. I just eat fast, you judgy, mofo. But, yeah, so, I mean, that didn't bother me too much just because, I got numb to her, always complaining and blah, blah, blah. But, anyways, I had to make some changes and adapt when I got to the age where I was old enough to start sharing food with, friends, right? Because I was the guy who, we would all be eating, and then, I would finish my food. They would still have like half their food left, and I'd ask like, oh, can I have some, and start picking at their food. So I was that guy, but yeah, that kind of, you don't want to be that guy. Don't get me started with like dates or anything else. But anyways, yeah, I think my rationale for that is because, when I was younger, I developed this system in, where I would chew with one part of my mouth and swallow at the same time, and then through some complex tongue maneuver in my mouth, I would move the chewed part of the food into like another section of my mouth, where I would like swallow that, and then, so, I would always be able to like put more food in my mouth and like have one part chewing, another part swallowing, and, I was an effective eater, I was a very effective eater. And I think as far as gulping goes, I think that's because, when I was growing up, I mainly drank water. So, and I think as a result of that, you gulp water, right? You like, you gulp water. You don't sip at water. I think that's like a little silly. It's like, well, yeah, that's why it kind of explains why so many people nowadays are so dehydrated, because you guys are trying to sip at water. Like, okay, now I get it. I'm older. You sip at drinks. You sip at soda. You sip at coffee. You sip at, well, I mean, I don't, but like you sip at boba, whatever else, right? To make it last longer, to appreciate the taste. All these other things. But I don't always do that. But that's like what you're supposed to do. But the thing is, with water, you're just supposed to down that stuff. But anyways, I digress. Yeah. So like I said, I didn't really care too much until I got to the age where I had to share with friends, right? So I was like, shiz, man, I gotta do something about this, right? Because yeah, I didn't want to be that guy, or like I was that guy. Sometimes still am that guy, but like I didn't want to be the guy who kept like finishing my meal before people had their like half their meal done. And so through through like self-awareness and discipline and stuff and social cues, I learned to adjust my pace and whatnot. But I secretly loved hanging out with people and friends who never finished their food. I loved hanging out with people who never finished their food because of the fact that they could I'll finish my food like a little bit sooner before them, and they'll be like, oh no, I'm so full. and then I'll be like, oh, I can help you with that. And it almost makes me feel like a hero for being such a fatty, you know? It's like, when you hang out with like friends like that, it's like, dang man, I have value now because of my, gulping slash, fast eating, system that I developed when I was younger. And I don't know, I really liked food. But yeah, I really loved hanging out with friends. I never finished their food just because, yeah, like I said, I usually can eat it for them, and it's almost like I'm the hero for doing that. And that's a pretty cool feeling. If you've never been in that situation, your friends are probably really lucky. But that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked. No, I'm joking. But it did kind of change when I became vegan, because then, not all my friends are vegan, so it's like, oh yeah, oh no, I'm so full. And in my head, it's like, dang, I could have helped you. I could have saved you. But I could have saved that meal. But no, I had to put some cheese, dairy, egg, whatever in it. And I couldn't help you. Sorry. So if any of my friends out there, are watching this, you know what to do next time when you know you're not going to finish your food. But yeah. So like I said, I think through self-awareness and social cues, I've kind of learned how to successfully eat out socially without being that guy, without being the guy who eats super fast, without being the guy who picks at other people's food. I mean, I still do that a little bit, but yeah, sorry. But the funny thing is that all went out of the window when it came to buffet style dining hall food, right? Because you can still hang out with everyone. Your slow eater friend might still be on their first or second plate, but if you're done, you can just like get some more and come back, right? So like by the time people are done, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll get another plate. I'll just get to like my 8th one or something. And that mentality, that I guess deeply ingrained habit, in addition with a lack of self-discipline, that led to me gaining about like 35 pounds my freshman year. So freshman 15 is whatever, get on my level. Freshman 35, but that's a whole nother story. And yeah, it's definitely been a journey when it comes to eating and stuff for me. But I think definitely what I learned from this series of events that happened for me is not really to pace myself, but it's more of to be self-conscious and be self-aware of the things that you do. And I would invite you guys to maybe see how you guys eat, because a lot of the times we don't really think about it. We kind of distract ourselves and do other things while we eat. So maybe for your next meal, maybe you can just like eat and just kind of observe and notice how you eat, and then that might be pretty cool. But yeah, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure to press the like button, to subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends who are fast eaters or gulpers, or need to hear this so they can fix their habits. But with that, expect some cool content coming up soon.